Building a successful YouTube channel for your business is becoming increasingly difficult as we go into 2026. So today I'm going to teach you something valuable. 4 of the most strategic ways to create content for your business and use YouTube for what it's best for, building community and generating millions of dollars organically without any ad spend, which I've been able to do for the past 12 years on my own brands and businesses with a handful of YouTube channels like this one with over 3,000 videos and 1.2 billion views, and this one that makes over $15,000 a month in ad revenue alone and has generated millions of dollars in sales for my businesses. Listen, YouTube is an absolute powerhouse for brand and business success if you know how to use it. So let's dive in. With the first of 4 strategies, authority. To illustrate this strategy, let's look at probably the best example of authority building in the business niche, Alex Hormozi. He not only understands the importance of authority building, he has literally perfected it, as illustrated by his $100 million in sales in 24 hours for his book launch using not Twitch, not TikTok, but YouTube as his primary sales platform. Listen, if you can build authority, you can create and cultivate a community of the right kind of viewers that are significantly more likely to purchase whatever you sell. And why is that? Because they trust you, they like you, they follow along with you, and they want what you can give them. So here's how Alex does it. Okay, checking out his channel, step 1, targeted business niche. Targeted niche, that is very, very simple. You gotta upload in the niche that you want to attract. If you look at literally every single video of his, it is very, very obvious that he makes videos for people who own businesses, want to start businesses, are interested in business. And he does this in a couple of different ways. So let's just take these 6 videos, for example. So to essentially target a specific niche that he wants to be in, he uses thumbnail, title, video packaging, which means if we look at this video right here, which is I blew up a secret business to prove it's not luck, it's very obvious that he's targeting people who are interested in business and growing businesses. And his thumbnail, it uses a picture of him because he wants to build authority, which you correlate with a face and a human. And then he uses kind of like a graph thing that you would typically see in some sort of business presentation with verbiage like lead magnet, price anchor, affiliate engine, things that business people understand. This other video, dangerously honest advice to create generational wealth. Who is trying to create generational wealth? People who own businesses, have businesses, or are interested in business. Why doing more is actually making you less money. What are business people trying to do? Make money. How I would build a business in 2025 if I had to start over. I mean, literally targeting business people. All of his videos are like this. And even though you might say, well, these videos aren't like that, they are, and I'll explain exactly what they do in a second because they're very, very important. Strategy number 2, repeatable video formats. This is a concept that's like really, really important on YouTube. And whenever I work with people on their channels, this is the first thing that we get down, or one of the first things, is figuring out the repeatable video formats. So I'll give you an example of what that is. Do you see this video right here that says you will find this video when you need it most? You're not broken, 43 minutes long, 3 months ago for 728,000 views. Amazing. That video is the same format as this one right here. Why doing more is actually making you less money. It's the same format as this video right here. Business is now on easy mode in 2025. The same format as these 2 videos, how to progress faster than anyone else, stop caring so much about what others think. When you click on these videos, they're roughly the same videos. It's basically Alex Hormozi sitting down, giving advice about business or about life, using some sort of whiteboard to draw out like visual examples of what he's talking about. And that's every single version of all of these videos. Look, you're setting goals wrong. We'll click on this. He's doing the same thing. Alex sitting down, giving advice on life and business and writing things down. We'll click on this one. You're not broken. Alex sitting down, writing down on a whiteboard, giving business and personal advice. This is called the repeatable format. And what that means basically is a kind of video that you can make on your channel over and over and over again that consistently works. Another repeatable format is right here, building a $2,300,000 per year business for a stranger in 57 minutes. This is basically like Alex Hormozi's Shark Tank, where essentially he sits down with a business owner, he consults on their business, he writes out a game plan for them and helps work their business to profitability. He does it here. He's got another one here, building a $3 million business. He's got another one there, another one here. It's a format that works. It targets his ICP, and he can just make it over and over again. And the reason why you want repeatable formats is because if you own or run a business, you're busy. You don't have time to be a YouTuber and make a new video every single day about a completely new random thing. You need templated, strategic video formats that you can sit down, record 10 in one day or a couple in an hour or 2, and then spread those uploads out across the month. It is the most effective way, batching, of making content on YouTube. And you want to use these repeatable formats because if someone subscribes to you for this video, building a $5 million business for a stranger in 42 minutes, it means they liked that video and they want to see more of it. So by using repeatable formats, you continuously upload what people like and want to watch from you, which means people will come back more and watch your channel more and more and more. And that ultimately grows your channel, because the number one thing on YouTube that grows YouTube channels is return viewership. So if you can get people to come back again and again, that's what puts you in the algorithm, and that's what grows your channel and sends the videos out to your ICP, other people who are interested in what you sell or the business that you have. Strategy number 3, consistent uploads. As you can see, he is super duper consistent. He's been a little less just because of his book launch, but like 4 days, 2 weeks a month. Typically, he's uploading a video anywhere between 2 to 4 times a month. I always recommend 1 video a week, especially if you're starting out. And the only way that you achieve that is repeatable video formats that are strategically recorded throughout your month, so that you're not spending too much time on it, because this guy is busy and yet he's still making a ton of time for YouTube and YouTube content. And when he does his big sales presentations, it's on his YouTube channel. And that's because YouTube is the greatest tool for businesses. And people don't get this. People are still uploading TikToks and Instagram Reels thinking that that is like the best way forward for your businesses in 2025 and 2026. But if you look at some of the highest performing social media led businesses, it's YouTube, baby. And this is how they do it. Strategy number 4 is stating his proof. If you watch any of these videos, we'll look at this one, like right here. He'll probably say, watch, at about 5 seconds into the video, he states his proof. His name is Alex Ramosi. He runs acquisition.com. He has a portfolio of companies that have done over $250 million in revenue. It's very important in the beginning of the video, especially when building authority in a niche, to state your proof. Why should people believe you and listen to you? He does it very, I mean, he's a great salesman, right? So he does it within the first 10, 15 seconds of the video. Very important, but it only takes him about 3 to 5 seconds to state his proof. And you're already at 11 seconds in the video, you have been told what the concept of the video is. So you're going to stay and watch. He has explained to you why he's an authority and why you should trust him. It's 11 seconds into the video and he's already accomplished that. That's good strategy. And that's what builds authority in niches. In the last strategy, he positions himself as someone you should listen to. We'll scroll down a little bit. Let's just take a random chunk of videos. I guess we already looked at that. We'll look at these ones right here, and I will screenshot this. Okay. He speaks like someone you should listen to, right? Right here, 14 years of marketing advice in 35 minutes. Simple makes money. He's telling you something. He's not asking you if he can give you advice. He's not asking you like, hey, do you know about this thing? No. He's telling you what you should know, right? Build your business like Harvard. Well, this is kind of like giving a case study example, but he's telling you to build your business like Harvard. And then he breaks down what Harvard is doing and he tells you what they're doing and what you should be doing, right? It's authority building. Watch this if you don't want to become a failure, right? I mean, quite literally, he's saying, if you don't want to fail, listen to me, right? He's building that authority. Business is hard until you do this. I'm going to give you a shortcut for business. It's to sell to the rich, because I know what I'm talking about, because I'm Alex Ramosi. How to buy anything you want without going broke. Like, he's telling you things. He's not asking. He's not inquiring. You know, he's telling you because he's the authority and you should listen to him. And that's great strategy from Alex. And that's authority. And it is fundamental when building out a YouTube channel for your business, because if you're a business, you're going to try to sell people something. You're going to try to convince people to buy your product, your digital product, your physical product, your service, and they're not going to buy from you if they don't trust you as an authority in the niche that you serve. Strategy number 2 is wonderfully shown by this next YouTuber, Nero Knowledge. And the strategy is stand out. A big mistake a lot of channels on YouTube do, especially if you're new and just trying to figure out the platform, is like copying other people one for one, like copying every Iman Gadzhi video you've ever seen. You know, like people just copy what they think works. And although this strategy technically works if done properly, copying others, especially one for one, is like just going to make you blend in with them, or you're going to be a B version of them. And why would somebody watch the worst version of something, you know? So to create content that stands out, you can take a lesson from Nero and implement several of the strategies that he's using. The first strategy he uses is the anti-edit method. If you click on a video, I'll turn the volume down, there's not a lot of editing. It's a very long video. It's an hour long, and there's no like crazy graphics or like crazy animations, super simple title screen. And he's basically just talking straight to camera, not editing very hard. There's no crazy music going on, and he's using a whiteboard in the background. It's very, very simple. It's nothing like all the complicated edits that you see from a lot of business people, and sometimes you see on this channel. And this is working a lot right now on YouTube because YouTube is changing, as I'm saying. And one of the big changes that's happening on YouTube that I've seen over the last 5 years is this kind of anti-Mr. Beastification of YouTube. About 7-8 years ago, Mr. Beast really started popping off, and so did more complicated and produced and scripted videos, and that became the thing. And that's been the thing. It was the thing for like a good 5 years. Now, this started about 2 years ago, a year or two ago, what you're starting to see is the anti-Mr. Beastification. People want real, they want genuine, they want human connection, and you don't get that when there's like a bunch of crazy flashy edits and these very like convoluted scripts and storylines, right? It's a form of entertainment, but it feels more like television. Where this video right here, the anti-edit method, feels more like YouTube. It feels more like a personal connection with somebody. So these videos do really, really well. And if you're a business, these do great because you get to sit down and communicate things in a very long form way to people. And if they're willing to sit down and listen to you in an hour-long video, they are extremely likely to buy from you as well. The next strategy he uses are long videos. Right now, long videos on YouTube are working very good because of this concept called session watch time, which basically means if a person gets on YouTube, how long will they stay on YouTube? That's their session watch time. So if you upload content that makes people's session watch time longer, YouTube is going to promote that content in the algorithm because you're getting people to stay on the platform for a long time. This video that he did right here was an hour and 9 minutes long, right? The average view duration is probably somewhere around 30–40%, which is really good for an hour-long video, by the way. But it's only 30%, maybe even 20%. That's not that long of the video that people are staying to watch. But YouTube will still push it in the algorithm because 20 to 30% is still kind of a long time. You know, that's like a lot of minutes, right? So you're keeping people on the platform for a very long time. Long videos are doing great. And they're also doing great because YouTube is seeing a huge shift in audience tendencies, because people who use traditional media like television or streaming services, a lot of those people are starting to come over to YouTube. And people who like places like Twitch and like Kick, they like live streaming content, are also starting to come to YouTube because it's a better live streaming service. And those people have like very long form viewing tendencies. And you're starting to see YouTube television viewership become much more popular. And people don't brain rot on the TV. You know, like they put something on and let it sit and let it autoplay. So long videos do great on the television, and videos that aren't very edited do great because when something's on the television, people are typically cooking or working or doing something around the house. They can't be sitting there watching every single edit that you put in. So if it's not very edited, it's very long, and it has a lot of value inside, something worth listening to, people put it on the television and they stay and watch. So for all of these reasons, long videos do great. The next thing is physical visual assets. As you can see in his video, he's got a whiteboard. It's really simple, and it's just a bunch of doodles on it, essentially, and a bunch of like chicken scratch almost, you know? But this is a really, really great strategy, and it works super well for him. And he has these title screens that come up and deliver like, you know, a singular sentence that he really wants to drill into someone's mind. But using a physical thing like this to draw on, you see it, Alex Hormozy uses it as well with his whiteboard. Casey Neistat really popularized this in the way that he story told in his vlogs back in the day, but it's really, really nice, and it makes you stand out like Nero does, because a lot of people use on-screen animations. People like myself hire editors, and the editors do graphics and stuff like that, and that's kind of becoming what everyone does. So if you use a different strategy and a different approach to how you present the information in your video, like using a whiteboard, like a physical whiteboard, not only does it make the video feel more real because you're actually physically writing on something, but it makes you stand out against other videos, especially maybe ones in your niche, because instead of these flashy animation edits, you have like on-screen like writing. You know, it's more like physical and real, and it just looks a lot different. The next strategy, once again, repeatable formats. Nero Knowledge does the same thing every single video. Some people have one repeatable format, some people have 3 to 5. I always recommend thinking about 1 to 3 depending on the channel. This guy is a legend and he only has one. The repeatable format, the title is pretty much formatted the same exact way every time. The video is the same thing every single time. It's the same whiteboard. It's the same scene. He's wearing the same clothes. His thumbnails all look the same. And the reason why is because people are coming to his channel for this one specific thing that he talks about and that he's really good at illustrating through YouTube videos. So he's just going to keep uploading that again and again and again, and people are going to keep coming back because that's what they sub for. That's what they want to watch. So that's what Nero does great. One single repeatable format, and he's the best at it. And the next strategy, number 5, that he implements are simple thumbnails. It is literally Nero. It's a whiteboard. It's a white wall. And sometimes there's text on the whiteboard. A lot of the times there's not. And it's just him who stands out, but very, very simple thumbnails. And generally speaking, when you make YouTube thumbnails, you want them to be simple. You want like max 3 different main points of focus. The person, you, the subject, or whatever the video is about. For him, you know, it's the whiteboard, and then the background, which should communicate the scene, right? So he stands against a white wall with a whiteboard. So it makes a lot of sense for the the white wall, the whiteboard, and him to be the main 3 key aspects of his thumbnail. And he keeps them very simple, and they're very clickable because they're very simple. You don't want to give people too many things to think about when making a click on a thumbnail. Make it simple. Next strategy is ultimately what's going to get your viewers to become customers, and that is content customer matching. And is best shown by the course seller final boss, Iman Gadzhi, who's currently actually in the middle or just finished his own YouTube live stream event that is actively making him probably over $10 million in the span of like 5 days, which is insane. And here's how he does it. Looking at his channel, for starters, he does a fantastic job of videos that target his ICP. So his ideal customer profile, that's what ICP means if you don't know. Who is his ideal customer? He is the guy who teaches you the laziest ways to make money with AI, right? How to make $350 a day with WAP, beginner friendly. His faceless business, $41,000 a month. Smartest way to capitalize on AI gold rush. Copy this method to make $27 a week with digital products. The end of the online business era. Who is he? He's the online business guru. He basically rides trends. So whatever the most trendy business model is, that's what he's talking about right now is AI. So like, he's targeting people interested in online business who like AI. And obviously he's like the digital product god, and he part owns WAP. So the more successful WAP becomes, the more successful he becomes. So it makes sense for him to push business to WAP. Online business, AI, digital product. Like these are the people who he wants to attract, the people who are interested in these 3 things. Everything he uploads on YouTube attracts these people. And by the way, he has, self-proclaimed sold nearly $100 million, around $100 million worth of digital products. And that is literally 100% through YouTube. He's done paid ads and he has Instagram and stuff like that, but it's his YouTube channel that is the driver of all of this revenue. And he's a great case study and example of how powerful YouTube actually is. $100 million in digital product sales just through YouTube brand and strategy. And this is how he does it. That's number 1. Step 2, just like Alex Hormozi, authority building is very important. He is the guy for whatever niche he's in. Look, I'll scroll back kind of a while when he was doing focusing on other things. 2 years ago, I only got rich after applying these 7 habits, 7 AI tools that will make you rich. The 17 laws of success. Day in the life of a young millionaire in London. I'm buying my first supercar. 7 principles for teenagers to become millionaires. He wants to be the guy that teenagers and people in their 20s, like younger people, look up to as the authority on how to get rich, how to be rich and cool, how to make money with these new trending things like AI. He has like productivity videos, actually, this is really interesting. He went back and this is called rehashing. He went back on some of his old videos and changed them. How to get rich with AI 2025. This video was uploaded 2 years ago, right? So he had his team go back. He might have even added new video inside of this, but he had his team go back and change the thumbnail title and possibly some of the packaging to stay up to date, which is like the most high level strategy for YouTube. It's called rehashing. And that's something that takes a lot of bandwidth. So like typically you can't really do rehashing unless you have a team that's dedicated to doing it. And he does, because he knows that YouTube is the most valuable resource for businesses. And he spends a lot of money in investing in that. But, to make your first $1 million, like he was like the original like $10,000 a month guy. He did like social media marketing. He's talked about drop shipping, like any online business stuff. He's been kind of like positioned as the authority to learn about it. So that's how he's done that. Iman's strategy number 3, trend writing, which is funny. It's kind of hard to illustrate that right now because his team has done such a good job of going back on his old videos and rehashing, because you can't really find thumbnail title combos that talk about social media marketing, which is exactly what he was selling 2-3 years ago. Facebook ads for beginners, like all of that stuff. But like you don't see SMMA or social media marketing anywhere in his old video catalog, and it's because his team went back and changed everything. That's crazy, actually. I haven't scrolled back on his stuff. This is really impressive work. Well, trend writing, I'll just tell you because I can't show you because he's just too smart, I guess. But back when social media marketing was like the big trendy thing to make money, like that's what he made content about. Then drop shipping, he made content about drop shipping. Kind of stayed in his niche as like the SMMA guy. But then AI is now the thing. Digital products is the next thing. Like he is just riding the trends of whatever he's best at and best at making content about, and he becomes the authority for that. So he's very strategic on the niches and the topics and categories that he chooses to cover. And strategy number 4, this is where you get the dollars, and this is what all of these guys are doing, solution solving. So he is selling digital product stuff right now. Here's his website. This is like what he's actively selling right now as an example. And actually, I think he might have taken the website down. Oh no, it expires in 7 hours. So let my AI system build you a profitable digital product business. What is he selling? AI system, digital product business. Like here it is. Like he makes videos on the problems. Here's the problem, the end of the online business era, right? That's a big problem. If you're somebody who wants to make money, like what's wrong? How do you fix that? Laziest ways to make money with AI. Here's the problem. How do you make money with AI? Faceless business that makes $41,000 a month. There's the problem. How do you make a faceless business that makes $41,000 a month? How to make $350 a day with WAP as a beginner. How do you do that as a beginner? He explains it kind of in his YouTube videos because he's very strategic about how he sells. What he does in his YouTube videos, he typically explains why the thing is very important, why you need the thing, why the thing will be the most relevant thing ever going forward, why anything that has come before it is going to fail and die, and what's going to happen, the risk that you run if you don't take advantage and do this thing. So he paints the thing as this ultimate solution and like fail safe for the future and the way to get rich, obviously. So he targets the idea and the outcome. He targets that and really focuses most of the content around that. Then he gives somewhat actionable advice on how to achieve this thing, or at least what to look for, or he talks about it, less about the implementation, more about the idea and the opportunity, and a little bit about the implementation. And then he sells the implementation and the solution. So look at all these titles and all these videos. They kind of present the same problem that you might have, which is, oh man, I mean, this all sounds great. The AI gold rush, $27 a week with digital products. Like, how do I do that? Well, if you look at what he's selling right here, how do you do that? You let his AI system build you a profitable digital product business. Without experience of showing your face, 10x your investment, blah, blah, blah. This is it. He sells the shovel. Present the problem as the ideal outcome, emphasize the difficulty on getting to the solution and the importance of getting to the solution, sell the solution. That's what Iman does, and that's how he's made $100 million. All right, strategy number 4 is a sneaky one. It's used by Iman and by some other people, and it's called sell the lifestyle. Think Jordan Belfort and Wolf of Wall Street, overspending to motivate his employees and attract new great ones. You basically can prove that you're an authority in a niche by showing how much money you've made from it, because why wouldn't you be good at the thing if you make a bunch of money? And how do you show that you make a bunch of money from doing the thing? Showing the lifestyle that money buys. And especially in today's social media landscape, people really tend to trust this. I will say though, I don't like this strategy personally. It's kind of used by a lot of snake oil salesmen and gurus, kind of like Brez, TJR, and most recently Ty Lopez, who got, imprisoned over a $112 million fine from the SEC on a Ponzi scheme. So I don't like this strategy. And I think if you're a business, this strategy is sort of successful. WAP, their YouTube channel, uses the sell the lifestyle strategy. But I think you need to understand who you're attracting. It's typically younger people, it's entrepreneurs, it's people who are less qualified and probably have less money to spend on a service, people who just really want to make it, so that's who you're targeting. So if that's your ICP, then, this is how you attract them. But even though I don't like this strategy, and I think some more shady people use this, I do think, though, that it is extremely, extremely impactful, and it's a great side strategy that you can do to your main one. So your main thing can be giving value, like Iman does, and then your secondary thing, you can have another YouTube channel or your Instagram or your TikTok and show more of your lifestyle, which helps connect people to you personally, which makes them trust you more, and then also like proves that you make money and proves that you know what you're talking about with business because you're spending a bunch of money. So again, even though I don't like this strategy as much, it does will work really well. And let me explain how to use it. Illustrated by this guy, Brez, who literally, again, just did his own, you can't see any of it because he deleted all of it. Well, right here, the only decision. He did his own YouTube live stream event recently and sold a course in a community and a bunch of stuff through his YouTube live stream. Again, YouTube streams right now are a great way to sell if you know what you're doing. Okay, so strategy number 1 for the sell your lifestyle strategy is to understand your ICP, your ideal customer profile. If you look at Brez's channel and you look at his videos, what do you notice? There's no value here. I bought another car. POV, you made it with a Porsche in it. Guess who's back with Brez and a Lamborghini? Celebrating my 21st birthday as a millionaire. Brez with the stars on the ceiling. I bought a $500,000 Mansory G-Wagon at 20. Brez with a G-Wagon. Who is Brez's ICP, his ideal customer? It's people, it's younger people who think that this is cool, right? Who think that being young and rich, young and successful is cool, who like cars because cars communicate wealth in today's society, right? That's who his ideal customer is, and that's exactly the kind of content that he makes to attract them. He spends his money on things that he thinks that are cool, but more importantly, his ICP thinks are cool. Strategy number 2, buy what you can show. If you make $1 million and you put $500,000 of it in the stock market, you're smart and you're gonna be pretty well off if that's the way that you treat money. Obviously, you need to figure out taxes and everything, but that's smart and that's wealth building. But it's not sell your lifestyle building. It's not brand building. No one likes the stock market like that. It's not sexy. It's not fun. It's not interesting. What is interesting is spending your money on another new car, on a Porsche, on a Lamborghini, on a Mansory G-Wagon, on an extravagant birthday celebration. That's exciting. That's flashy. And that attracts your ICP. So people like Brez and Vincent Fisher and Sam Millsap and all these other like kind of like guru course sellers, the big thing that these guys spend their money on are things that you can see. It's not that they have so much money that they're buying stock and they're buying all of these very intelligent investments, and then with their extra money, they're buying cars and stuff. No. They're spending all of their money on cars and on like a penthouse or all of that stuff, because that money is marketing and it's getting your attention and you're spending your money with them, right? Maybe not you, but other people. And that's like a big strategy behind the sell the lifestyle strategy, is you want to spend on what others can see. Again, I don't like this strategy. It's terrible for wealth creation. If you're a young entrepreneur and you're making money, if you own a business and you're starting to make some money and you want to attract people so that you can sell more of what you make, man, please God, put at least a percentage of the money that you're making in some sort of like a trusted hard physical asset. 20% of the profit that you make post-tax, pull it aside and invest it, because one day your business will stop making money. It doesn't matter who you are, how successful you are. One day your business, your YouTube channel, whatever you do, will stop making money or will make less money than it usually makes. And if you don't put cash away on a consistent basis, you're screwed when that comes down. You know what I'm saying? So just be careful with this. Teaching you guys how to play with fire. Next strategy, create the life. If you're gonna sell the lifestyle, you have to create the lifestyle, and that's what he does through his YouTube. $1 million in cars at 20 years old. POV, you spent $100,000 in Greece at 20. I bought a $750,000 Lamborghini SVR at 20, then I blew it up an hour later, wasting $50K on a solo trip to Dubai. What is the life that you're trying to sell? Here it is. Buying nice cars, it's going on nice trips, it's not caring about money, so much so that you destroy $1 million Lamborghinis and just throw money in the air on a trip to Dubai. This is the life. It's nice cars, fast cars, nice parties, you know, nice trips, and not really caring about money. That's the life that he's created with all of his content catalog, you know? So if you're gonna sell the life to someone, you have to create the life, and this is the life that he's decided to create. And then the last trick is sell the life. And that's done very simply. I mean, it's quite literally just showing off, you know? So like his version of selling the life is through cars and watches and clothes. Cause again, these are things that, you know, he can spend on that you can see, his ICP can see rather. And this is how he sells the life, is he just makes a bunch of content around this consistently on all of his platforms. And even his bio, I scale brands with paid ads and document my cool lifestyle as a young entrepreneur. He's trying to attract young entrepreneurs or young wantrepreneurs with his cool lifestyle. And he's using I scaled brands with paid ads as how he did it. But the reason why he has all this money is because he sells courses about how to sell paid ads. He's one of those guys, you know? Honorable mention though, he does have another channel called ROAS Brez, which is basically his authority building channel in the brand scaling niche, because it's hard to sell people on a brand scaling course as a lifestyle brand, because people are following your lifestyle, not your business advice. They're interested in your life. They're not interested in your business so much. So he made this channel, which is a business channel, and it does the same thing. It basically gives very surface level advice, same thing as Iman, and then converts people to his mentorship or to his courses. So like, it's not actually that helpful of a channel, and it's more about converting people over to his mentorship, where he can then pay for all of the cards and stuff like that. So he does do this. Again, you know, it's a good strategy. Instead of going value first, lifestyle second, he goes lifestyle first, value second, and it works great. So generally speaking, if you study this video and the strategies implemented in it, you are nearly guaranteed to find success both on YouTube and as a business going forward. And if you're a 7 to 8 figure business owner and you're either too busy or too confused when it comes to YouTube, but you really want to take advantage of it because of all of these examples, this stuff works, there'll be a link in the description where you can work with me privately one-on-one. And don't worry, I'm not one of the guys like this who sells how to do something to pay for my life. I've done YouTube for over 12 years. I have billions of views and I make over $50,000, $60,000 a month. Actually, this month will be 80, which is great, through my like YouTube channels. So like, that's my main business, and I'm starting to work with companies on the side because like it's fun, and there's a lot of people who don't understand YouTube, and I've done this for a decade. And if you're a content creator and an entrepreneur and you want to work with me personally to help scale your YouTube channel and maybe your business as part of it, there's another link in the description as well where you can join my mentorship community and work with me, under me, and help scale your channel up. We've had some people experience some really cool things there, and it's been fun building out a community of other people who really want to grind YouTube and find success on it. And if you want to learn the best YouTube strategies to deploy before 2026, click this video here, and I'll see you in there.